In this video, I will show you how to convert your photograms that we made in class into a digital photogram. So something like this, or something like this. Okay, so the first thing you will do is scan one of your images. Technically it's a cyanotype, not a photogram, but anyway. So this is actually not a scan, it's just a photograph I took on my cell phone, but for demonstration purposes it works just fine for this. So you will scan them in class, so they will be on the flatbed scanner, so you won't have this distortion happening from it curling up. But the first thing you need to do is, after you scan it, open up your image in Photoshop, click on the crop tool. You're going to change width by height by resolution to 7 by 5 by 300. And you can move this where you need to be. I'm going to bring this down. I want to make sure that none of my background shows. Okay. And then when you are happy with the frame of your crop here, you can click on the check mark or hit enter or return on your keyboard. Then you will turn this into a black and white image. So you're going to click on the adjustments panel, click on black and white. If you don't have the adjustments panel, you can go to window and make sure adjustments is selected. You can also click on the add new filler adjustment layer icon at the bottom, the circle, and click on black and white there as well. Okay, so this turns us into a black and white image or grayscale image. You can play with some of these sliders here. You can also review some of the presets and see if you get something that you like a little bit better. I want to have a nice range of value, or I have some nice rich blacks as well as some bright whites. And this looks pretty good. I might actually bring down my blue slider, and you can see here this becomes a richer black. I mean, you don't have to do too much in this step because we can always add some more contrast later. Okay, and then you can also add a brightness contrast adjustment or a levels adjustment. So again, this will increase your whites. And get it to where you like it. Okay. So I have these. I'm actually going to duplicate this layer by hitting Command J. Turn that layer off. So I'm going to click on this background copy layer, click Shift. I'm going to hit Command J, and that creates duplicate copies of all of those layers. And then I'm going to press Command E. So what that does is it merges all my changes into one layer. Okay, so here I have my original background copy layer, but I put those two adjustments over that. Okay, so these are all separate. I could go back and change them if I want to, but once I'm happy, I'm going to create a merged copy layer on top. That way, if I do want to make changes, even if I go through this process and decide I don't like something, I can go back and fix that. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size. And I'm going to basically double the size of this image. So first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to move my anchor point to the top middle or to the side middle, it doesn't matter. And if you move it to the top, you're going to change the height to 10. Okay, if you move it to the side, you would leave the height at 5 and change the height to 14. Okay, I'm going to go from the top though, so I'm going to leave my width at 7, change my height to 10. Okay, so now I've doubled my image, but now there's nothing here. So I'm going to hit Command J again, duplicate that layer again, and then I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and I'm going to flip it vertically. Click on my Move tool, drag this down, and you can see these pink guidelines pop up. It tells me that my image is centered and aligned with the previous. Okay, and then I'm going to click on the Invert Adjustment layer and click Invert. Except for this layer, I'm going to clip it to the layer below so that it will only affect the one layer rather than all of them. And now I have a positive and negative image, basically. I can go to image rotation just so I can see what this looks like this way. Okay, maybe I like that better. I could also add another adjustment layer if I want to increase some of the contrast. This time I'm going to try levels, bring up my darker values, scooch in my whites. You can play with your midtones and get some more subtleties. Okay, whatever you think looks good, but you're looking for a balance between positive and negative space, a nice range of values from black to white. Okay, you could also, as I did in this one, repeat it 4 times. So to do that, we're going to take this layer and the invert layer, Command J and Command E, and hit Command and select this layer and duplicate, and then edit, transform. Oops, I have to change the canvas size first. So I'll go tall again. So I'll change my height to 14 now because we know this is 7. Okay, and then I'm going to go to edit, transform, flip vertical, move tool, and drag this down. And you could do flip it horizontally so that it becomes sort of like a checkerboard pattern. Okay, and there you have it. It's another version, sort of similar, and you can leave it just black and white too. Just the two side by side, it's totally up to you what you think looks best. Then you would make sure that you go to your top layer of the layer stack, add a new layer, brush tool. I don't have my signature on this computer, but I would click on my signature and add my signature to the bottom right of my image. Okay, so thanks for watching and have fun turning your sun prints or cyanotypes or photograms into black and white digital versions.